Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be taking a quick look at Chevron, and I'm really not going to be doing a deep dive into their financials or anything like that, but I'm more so just going to be taking a quick look at the stock and giving my overall opinion on the industry. So here you can see Chevron, ticker symbol CVX, and the stock year to date. And we can see at the beginning of the year they were trading over $120, and then just a couple of months ago they dipped all the way down below $52. And I would actually say if you got anywhere close to investing at around $52, then you got a really good swing trade there, or even holding on to it for a really long-term position, you got in at a really great price. And even now at $92, I think it's pretty undervalued, and I think a lot of analysts agree as well. Now, if we take a look at their revenue and earnings for the last 4 years, there's a couple of really weird things that I wanted to point out. So the first weird thing is that they didn't really have any earnings. They were pretty much at zero cash flow. I think they may have been just slightly negative in 2016. There's really no great explanation for that. And then they steadily increased revenues until 2018 and saw a small dip in 2019. And then if we look at quarter over quarter for the last 4 quarters, we see another oddity, which is that in quarter 4 of 2019, they saw negative earnings. But then in quarter 1 of 2020, when, the overall demand was way down from all the previous quarters and gas prices were extremely low, they actually saw positive earnings. And then overall, we see decreasing revenues for the last 4 quarters, which is not necessarily something that you want to see for a company, but it's also not the worst thing in the world. Now, I just wanted to take a look at a couple of points by analysts at Morningstar who are saying a couple of positive things about Chevron. And the first one is that Chevron is getting their oil from a couple of smaller oil providers, such as Permian and Marcellus. And to be honest, I do not know a bunch about these, but they're really good, high-quality providers, and Chevron is buying a lot from them rather than the Middle East or some of what the other big oil providers are doing. And then just the second point is talking about their improvement of the California refineries and their new chemical production capacity from a joint venture, which is always really great. And now I wanted to take a look at the research report overview for Chevron, which actually looks really good compared to a lot of the different companies that I look at. So right off the bat, I could see 4 out of 5 stars for the Morningstar rating. They have a small economic moat. The fair value is almost $20 higher than the current stock price, and the stewardship is exemplary. And the only other company that I commonly look at that has exemplary stewardship, which is their, top management and corporate governance, is Microsoft. And just about every other stock that I look at or keep an eye on has just standard stewardship. And the uncertainty does say high, but there's also a lot of different companies that say high right now, especially with all of the volatility that the stock has seen this year and with the uncertainty of oil prices for future quarters. But overall, I would say just based on this research report overview, this is really, really strong. And I think the main reason that they're giving 4 out of 5 stars is because Chevron is seeing much better growth and much better growth outlook than a lot of its biggest competitors, such as Marathon and Exxon. And the very last point I wanted to talk about is electric vehicles. Some people who may be thinking about holding Chevron as a really long-term position may be kind of scared of electric vehicles. A lot of the different YouTubers are saying that electric vehicles are going to be dominating in the next 3 to 5 years, and I think that's a little bit ludicrous, to be completely honest with you. If we talk about Tesla, for example, they're still just starting at $40,000 for the base model, and I don't think most Americans at least can afford that. And I think that is really going to take them a long time for them to be able to produce that to the mass consumer, for them to be able to afford it. And if I think about 25 years, then I think electric vehicles are really going to be dominating. And in about 25 years, I am not going to be wanting to hold these natural gas and oil companies, because I think they're going to be in serious trouble with really high prices. But for the near term, and by near term, I really even mean in the next 10 years, I think there's a really safe bets, even for longer holds. And if you're really just thinking about swing trading this, or even just holding on to it for a couple of years, this doesn't apply to you, but I tend to look at stocks for really long-term growth, so I just wanted to weigh in on that really quick. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've done a ton of other brief stock analysis videos very similar to this one, so be sure to come and check those out. Comment if you have any questions for me, and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching.